The birds are singing, the trees are blooming, the leaves started to hatch this week, and the potholes are filling. Nothing says springtime like Pothole Palooza. This is one of our newer springtime traditions, but this is our third year in Salt Lake City of filling over 6,000 potholes in 1 week, right as we exit winter and begin the spring season. We invented this because this is one of the worst times of year to drive. We're coming out of a winter freeze-thaw cycle, and even though we had lower than average snowfall this year, we did have a lot of moisture, and that moisture made our roads worse as it seeped in, froze and thawed and broke up the potholes. So they're starting to hatch like little chickens all over the city, and that's why it's so important that our crews get out there and they do what seems like an impossible job of filling last year well over 6,000 potholes. Our road crews maintain actually let me tell you what the statistics are here. 1,905 lane miles in Salt Lake City, and every mile matters because we have residents, businesses, and visitors who use all of them. That 1,900 lane miles equates to 13,000 football fields of length, or actually, in case you were wondering, 10 million ninth and ninth whales. That's a lot of roadway, and our crews are going to inspect every mile of that twice this year. Once during Pothole Palooza and another time during the summer filling season. It can be really easy to identify potholes, and so we're making it easier for you to report them to us. If you see or know of a pothole in the city this week, we want to hear from you. We have a SLC mobile app that every Salt Laker should have on their phone. It's so good for not only reporting potholes, but calling on city services across the spectrum. mySLC mobile app, or you can call 801-535-2345. And I have tested the app myself. It took me only 4 minutes to submit a pothole fill request. So please, to all of our residents or visitors, let us know where these potholes are. We're going to be out there. We also have a new patch, or rather a pothole patch truck. It's the first of its kind in our fleet, and I think it's only the second ever in the country. And it helps us to get the job done even faster. So on this single truck, it has an air compressor, a jackhammer, and a compactor all in one vehicle. So that means fewer equipment trucks on the road for us to do these pothole fillings. So we're going to get to work. Let us know where we need to be. And last year, I wanted to give you the specific number. Last year, during Pothole Palooza alone, so 1 week, our crews filled 6,759 potholes last year. And we're going to try to do at least that many again this year. I want to introduce the Director of Public Services, Jorge Chamorro, who's going to tell you a little bit more about the crew's work this week. Thanks, Jorge.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Jorge Chamorro. I am the Director of Public Services. This department includes the Streets Division. You see some of our crews already setting up back there. They are responsible for crucial snow fighting operations during the winter, but also throughout the year, maintenance of our roadways in Salt Lake City. As the mayor mentioned, this has been a very wet winter. The freeze-thaw cycle, in addition to the stress put by driving on the roads, leaves behind many potholes at the end of the season. Very noticeable, some of them. Although our teams are constantly checking the streets throughout the year, it is impossible to be everywhere all of the time. So we really value the reports that come in, especially this week when we are all hands on deck to fill those potholes. As the mayor mentioned, there are multiple ways to report potholes. One of them via phone at the 801-535-2345. Again, 801-535-2345. The SLC, mySLC app is one of the easiest ways to report it. You can submit a picture. If you're wondering how to download that app, you can go into our website, slc.gov/mySLC/. I want to extend my appreciation to Mayor Mendenhall and the Mayor's office to designate this week as the annual Pothole Palooza, where the Streets Division will place all available resources to repair as many potholes as possible across the 1,900 lane miles that we have in our road infrastructure. I also want to extend my appreciation to the crews right behind me who put countless hours to keep our roads safe in the winter and maintain the same level of dedication as they fill in potholes and perform other vital maintenance as the weather warms up. Their hard work and dedication doesn't go unnoticed, so thank you to all of them. Additionally, I just want to leave another piece of information. If you are curious to see what work they are performing this week, you can go and check out the interactive map that is in our website by going into slc.gov/mystreet. You click in Pothole Palooza and you will see the hard work that they are putting in this week, tracking live data during this week and throughout the year. For your attention, thank you very much. You all have a good day.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any questions? Any questions for us before we shovel? Yes.
With ABC4, I was just wondering, how does Pothole Palooza differ from like the normal times? How much time and effort people go into filling in these potholes?
I will let Jorge give specifics on time, but we realized 3 winters ago, we had a pretty significant winter, a lot of potholes, and frustration by all of us about what the springtime drive was looking like, that if we directed all of our possible streets crews to focus solely on filling potholes for 1 week, that we could set a pretty ambitious goal of filling thousands. And sure enough, our crews took it on. There's something about the momentum, I think, of everybody doing the same work all together and not going from one call to another, but filling every pothole that they can see across the city. It's been an incredible amount of output in the form of thousands and thousands of potholes. And I'll let Jorge talk about, there's many thousands more that they do over the course of the entire season, but this is really the kickoff event.
Yeah, so we have a crew throughout the year that dedicates solely their time to filling potholes. The difference between year-round and this week is we have an all hands on deck, so the response is very quick. Throughout the year, we receive reports. They are considered a safety issue, so that there is priority there. And we have a goal that between 48 and 72 hours that pothole gets filled. But throughout this week, it's almost instantaneously, right? You get the report, and it will be dispatched this week because we have everyone working on that function particularly.
I have one more follow-up. So this is the 3rd annual of the annual Pothole Palooza. Is there an expansion every year, or how does it differ this year?
So as I mentioned, this year. We are hoping that people are used to reporting those potholes. We are also proactively inspecting every single road. And as I mentioned, we're not waiting for those reports to come in, right? We dedicate all of our resources to go out and inspect every single road of the city and making sure that the potholes that they found are taken care of.
I think perhaps a different part is also the technology that we're using. There's the app, of course, that people can use. That is an instantaneous reporting for residents or visitors in the city who use the app. There's also the new truck that has all of the resources combined on it. So it's faster and easier for our crews who are using that vehicle to fill potholes.
So the app, the truck, and proactiveness wasn't here?
No, the proactiveness was, the all hands on deck was, the truck is new, and the app, I think we've had the app, we've switched the name of it this year, but it's newer. It's new since my administration in this form, and so it's getting out there more. We're hoping more of our residents are able to report conveniently through the app this year than in the past.
Madam Mayor, with the freeze-thaw cycle you guys have stressed, long-term for small streets like this, is asphalt the best choice, or is there any discussion of looking at different road surfaces?
Ooh, there's always discussion of road surfaces. You want to take this one?
Sure. So first, we need to understand, I think you're referring to whether asphalt is the best material for this road when it comes
for a
to...
street like this where there's almost no car traffic anyway, aren't we kind of asking for potholes?
I don't know if I'm going to answer the question as you expect, but there is an assessment every year of what roads need to be reconstructed. And there is thought on whether it should be replaced with concrete versus asphalt. Asphalt is a cheaper construction method and material to use than concrete. However, concrete requires less maintenance long term. But sometimes for a road not as used as this one, the most cost-effective is asphalt. When you have heavy traffic, high use, concrete is the best because you can defer some of that long-term maintenance. So the cost is worth it.
Talk about the asphalt reuse technology we have.
Yeah, a lot of the reconstructions and surface treatments end up taking some of the asphalt that is already in the road. So reclaimed asphalt is part of what we utilize for other surface treatments. So we're taking advantage of some of that material and reusing it to prevent just using new material, raw material that is costly, but also an effort to be more environmentally conscious. So recycled asphalt is part of our operations as well.
Thanks. Okay, ready to shovel?
Curious about, so obviously there's some construction projects that are tied up with SB 195. Would that apply to certain roads when it comes to repairing roads later this year when it goes into effect?
No, SB 195 in terms of road repairs and maintenance does not apply. We're not with maintenance and repairs. We're not changing any of the roadway treatments, and so it doesn't apply to this work. Okay, set your cameras down and you're gonna shovel now. Just kidding. Thank you for coming out. Let's go check out our crews.
Thanks, guys.